On this particular screen, the first thing is for all the drivers, you have to have a username and a password.
Right.
So when you go into add drivers tablet integration, you see this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You have
And
to give
Lucy
it,
did. Lucy
yeah,
did that this morning. So go
yeah.
ahead though.
And I would recommend that you set up maybe just a couple of drivers at a time, because what happens
Okay.
is, suppose say I fill up all of them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I and I put the password and something goes wrong, then it'll kick you out and you will be back to square one in setting up all of them.
Ah, okay. Understood.
So it's
So
better to do maybe two or three at a time and then save them and then go to the next two or three.
yes.
And as I mentioned in my email, once you assign a username,
Mm-hmm.
let's say this Nelda, this is my demo machine. If
Mm-hmm.
I use a username uh, and I go check availability and save it, and then I realize, oh, I have a typo. It needs to be 2G.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
good luck then. You know, the system is not forgiving when you have when you try to change a username, because remember, when your
Yeah.
drivers sign in, the system has to
Right.
identify that they are your drivers. They are not somebody else's driver.
Right.
So they go into a global
Right.
database. So it has to be absolutely unique, and that uniqueness is checked when you create a username and password. So that is
Okay.
the first thing you need to do. Give a username and password to the drivers.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
a template is like a cheat sheet. So I have
Okay.
these are all my routes. Okay. These are all my routes.
Okay.
And I give it a name called weekday. You can give it any name you want to. And I have typically this AM fixed shuttle is by this driver. This 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 is by the. I can do a pre-assignment with a template so
Mm-hmm.
that every day I don't have to assign the routes. The template will do the assignment.
Okay.
Not necessary you do that. You know,
Okay.
you can have a blank
This is to
template.
push out to the tablets.
So
So
in
you
your
have to do this. You have to do this every day.
no, this is the template is different. They are designed only once. So what I did was when we set
I'm
you
gonna pull
guys
it now so I
up.
can see it.
Okay.
Now I'm logging in as Phil.
I can't see that.
Mhm. One second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I logged in yesterday to set you guys up, I created a route template,
Okay.
and you see, I called it template weekdays, and you see this time a template is basically it has all your routes, but I didn't assign any drivers to it because I didn't know. You
Right.
have to have a template. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what you can do is if you know that this particular route is always done by one particular driver, this route is, it fluctuates between multiple drivers, you can do that, or you can leave it totally empty. But the template needs to be created. The template is already created.
Okay.
so
Going
you
back
have to.
to, go ahead.
So you have to create a template every day.
No, you do not. You just create the template once. And what happens on a daily basis is route assignment. So when you go for tomorrow, if I go for tomorrow, see, now I'm under this option. Let me get back to the home. When I go to tablet integration, this is done. I already have done this. This is a daily routine, route assignment, add route assignment. What you can see that for today, I have already assigned this. My folks were testing it. So that's why you have BD0 and Collins, Danny.
Mhm.
For tomorrow, let's check. See, there's no assignment done. It's all blank. So what you have to do on a daily basis is you select the date and say, okay, as per this template, add route assignment. You'll do the same thing for 19.
Okay. What happens when you hit add route assignment? What do you have to enter in?
Yeah, what happens is, let's do it one for yesterday. When you add route assignment, it said 242 routes had been added to the assignment table, and you click OK, view, see, it filled it up this. So for this date, it says this route has been assigned to a blank driver because your template didn't have a driver, so it is a blank driver. So let's go back to today. View. Okay. Now you have this driver. Okay, he doesn't do this route. Update. Okay. Update. What is your route? What is give me one of your routes.
MY01.
This one.
Yes.
Can I assign it to that driver?
Who's on Route 1?
Galen, he's already gone.
Yeah, you can assign it to Galen McLaurin.
No, we didn't set up a username password. We set up a username password only for Danny Collins.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I have
Yeah.
to do the rest of them. Okay. Yeah. So,
So just for this today, because
Right,
we are
for
still
for
testing it,
demonstration.
okay.
I
Okay.
updated it, right? So you can see on all this, everything is empty, excepting MY01 is assigned to Danny Collins.
We would only see our routes though, right? We wouldn't see everybody, all the other counties.
Right.
Okay. Okay. My other question is when you went to the template and you said that template has to be done. If Danny Collins is on a different route every single day, then what do you put in on the template? Because they wouldn't be the same every day.
Yeah, then what will happen is like right now, it was empty when we just started, and I just assigned it to for the 17th. I
Right.
assigned this route to Danny Collins. If you look at the 18th, see, now this is the 18th. If I go to MY01, see, it's all blank. Maybe Danny Collins is doing MY02 or MY03. So you will assign, let's say for tomorrow, he's doing MY02, you would click edit and you would assign it to Danny Collins then.
So once you assign it on this screen here, that's when it goes to their tablets.
Yes, exactly.
So this is what has to be done every day at the end of the day, pretty much.
Yeah. You have to assign the routes. If you assign them at the template level, then you won't have to worry about it. They will come in as, however you had in the template. So if I go to the template, route template, and I edit this one, now you can see the template doesn't have a date. The template is just a template, it's a cheat sheet.
Right.
And if I were to assign that MY01 is done by Danny Collins, MY02 is done by somebody else, MY03 is done by Phil, then that assignment will automatically come in on every day. But since I'm not assigning at the template level, on a daily basis, you would not have the routes assigned to any drivers at all.
So you really don't even have to do the template.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, it's the shortcut for if you have more.
If
of a
we
regular
had
schedule.
more of a regular schedule. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. Because, yeah, we wouldn't be able to do the template pretty much at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will have to do that assignment on a daily basis, and it needs to be done the night before. Because what will happen is when the driver sign in, you may be coming to the office at 8 in the morning, but you may have a driver signing in at 6. If the
Right.
templates haven't been, if the routes haven't been assigned, the drivers would not have anything to log into.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now I'll switch to my computer, to my demo. So you can see under tablet integration route assignment, for today, I have assigned let's focus on this particular route, BV local to this driver, so Scott Salazar. And under my dispatch screen, I have BV local has all these trips, Gabby Gonzalez, Joe Hillard, and all that. So on this screen here, you see this route, BV local, has all these trips for the 17th.
Mhm.
And you can see that under tablet integration route assignment, for the 17th, BV local has been assigned to Salazar Scott. If this was blank, then when Salazar signs in into the tablet, he's not going to have anything at all. this is what dictates what the driver is going to have on that particular day.
Okay.
You can have a driver have two routes. Like you see Al Roker has dialysis route. He also has a float one. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. It's up to you. Then when the driver sign in, if they have multiple routes, in their drop down, they'll see two routes. In my case, Salazar Scott has only one, so he's going to see only one. Now we
Okay.
will switch to the tablets. Okay. I have an app called Driver Connect.
Yep.
Okay. And I go to the app Driver Connect. It's asked for the username and password.
Will we be using that app, or that's just something he uses
That'd be the drivers.
Get my
This is-
routes.
on the tablet? I got you.
We wouldn't use it on our
Okay.
computers.
See,
Select
That's just
route.
in the app, okay.
yeah,
You see, the only this driver was assigned only one route.
Oh, so whatever route he's assigned, it's only the one he can choose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Vehicle number, he selects his vehicle number. This is where, you know, we you can't control from the dispatch screen. They have to select
Well,
their
VIN
vehicle
numbers
number.
whatever. I think that's how it's identified. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm, it's VIN number.
And the mileage is 171,299. Now, where does this mileage come from? This last odometer from the previous history.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. In your case, because you're just starting, your last odometer will be 0. Okay. Because there's nothing, right? It's all
Mhm.
blank.
Mhm.
So when they start, they would enter the odometer on the van, right?
Right.
Whenever it's on. Okay.
Correct. Correct. Okay. So they will have this odometer reading, and when you hit login, and the system will loading data. It takes a few seconds to load, and that's his manifest.
So you just hit each one.
This is the driver's manifest. On my tablet, I have an older version. You'll be downloading from Google Play the latest version. But I can't remember offhand what number that is.
Yeah.
This is, I have version number 166. If you go to the Play Store,
169. Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right. It's 169.
Mhm.
And on your case, on 169, it'd be, we'll go into the details of it, but this is their manifest. So the first pickup is Gabby Gonzalez. And you see this in parentheses, there's a S, there's a standing reservation, and you have this. Self-pay $1, phone number. This is green is pick. Then pick 530, Joe Hillard, home
Yeah.
address. Self-pay $1
see.
phone number. And
Then
so
you
on.
drop.
So the driver is on his way to pick up Gabby Gonzalez. When driver gets there, he just taps that row, and the row pops open. Okay. So this odometer reading, $1 is to be collected, and the driver paid. How did the client pay? Client paid by cash. And they hit submit pick. So you can see Gabby Gonzalez is gone from the screen. The next one is Joe Hillard.
Cool.
Driver doesn't know how to get to that location. They can hold the finger down on the address and it launches Google navigation.
That's cool.
You know, in my, sometimes I get GPS at my home, sometimes I do not. But this is the same navigation you have on the phone. Turn by turn direction, traffic, everything you're gonna see.
Right.
It's gonna talk to you, everything. So the driver gets to that location, doesn't need the navigation anymore. He can hit that double square and it tiles this. You know, on all these tablets, you have that button at the bottom. where you click and it tiles all this, and you can swipe to the right because it doesn't need navigation anymore. Tap on Driver Connect and it opens up like this.
And that's the only way to get back to the,
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the best way. You know, I think you can hit a back arrow and it'll get there, but
Yeah.
I would recommend this particular way. That'll be much easier, much cleaner.
okay.
Now, driver gets to Joe Hillard's location and he taps this row, it pops open. Remember, for Google navigation, I had to hold my finger on the address for a few seconds
Mhm.
and launches navigation. When I tap on that row, it pops open like this. And let's say I'm the driver, I'm waiting outside. Joe doesn't show up. I mark this as a no-show. And I say that I waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever the case may be. And submit pick. Joe Hillard is gone from the screen. And the
How do
manifest
you-
movement. Pardon?
How is it recorded what time he's there?
Yeah, we'll see that in a second.
Okay.
Now, periodically, all this information goes to the dispatch screen without you having to do anything. Every couple of minutes. But driver can always force this. If let's say, you know, that information didn't come through to the dispatch, driver can hit fetch trips and actually fetch it does both, fetch and pushes both, and then hit refresh. Then hit refresh. So remember, is the sequence, you hit fetch trips and do refresh. What that does is, it does two things. If there's some new information for the driver, let's say there's a new trip or there's a cancel, that information will immediately come through. If there's some information collected by the driver, like he performed a ride, he marked a no-show, that information is pushed to the dispatcher.
Mhm.
Now let's go back to the dispatch screen. You're able to see my screen, my
Yes.
transportation screen?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll go to the dispatch screen and see, colors change.
Oh, okay.
You can see this here. This turned green because it was picked up. This turned, Joe Hillard turned pink purple because that's marked as a no-show. Suppose I don't like these colors. I want to have my own colors. You can right click on the dispatch screen and click on dispatch edit colors, and you can pick your own color for no-show, drop-off, and so on. Remember, you have one setting for SCTDD. So you shouldn't think that Maury County can have their own colors and the other counties can have their own colors.
Right.
Once you decide, that is going to be it for the whole agency. I want to know what time Joe went to that location. Scroll to the right and you can see the time is automatically captured here.
So it's using the time on the
Yeah,
tablet.
right, exactly.
You see this? Pickup time, actual
Right.
pick, actual drop. All this information comes on the tablets.
Does that comment come over that you put in that says like wait 10 minutes, wait 5 minutes?
Yep, it sure does. Let's see, where would it be? See?
Nice.
All the information comes through. Now, suppose say Joe Hillard said, hey, you know, I just saw your bus pass by. I was in the bathroom and by the time I came out, that bus was gone. And you decide you want to send that trip again to the driver. I don't want you to mark this as, I don't want you to unmark the no-show. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Lucy, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm here.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, sometimes I mix up the names.
Oh, you're
so-
fine.
Yeah, Lucy. So let's say your agency policy allows you, Joe is an old guy and we know he has to take, you know, multiple bathroom breaks. So, okay, I'm going to send the bus back, but I don't want to unmark the no-show. So what I'm going to do is I'll right click, duplicate this strip for the same time, for the same date to BV local, right? And I duplicate this trip. Trip duplicated. Awesome. Now let's switch to the driver's tablet. This trip will automatically come through in the next 2 or 3 minutes. But suppose the driver was in a rush and says, hey, I didn't get the trip. You tell him to click fetch trips and then press refresh screen. So I'm going to click on fetch trips. Okay. Loading data and refresh screen.
I don't want to
Oh, there it is.
I don't want to duplicate trip.
I
It's a
know.
lot of.
Wish there was an easier way for
Okay.
like Carter Richardson.
I wonder if we ask him if we can just unclick cancel on no show. And then fetch it and refresh.
So it pops up like this.
We want you to see that it was a no-show at one time though.
Okay, that we had to go back. Okay.
Okay. Now you see this is flagged as new. You see that sign on the side?
Oh yeah.
Now what will happen is that music will play every so often and will drive the driver nuts. So what the driver needs to do is he needs to press clear tag. That's almost like, he acknowledges that he received it and the label will go away. The music will stop. Press clear tag and gone.
Do we have a way to know on the dispatcher screen when he cleared the tag so we can be notified that he did get the message?
No, because, there is no way, we have like the music plays, the pop-up shows up. We can track behind the screen, but in this current version, we are not. As it is, the dispatchers have a lot
Yeah,
of things.
on
to
the
do.
they're
tablet.
separate, so they have to acknowledge
They'll
it.
get a notification.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realize the music was actually playing. So if the music's playing, like it will not stop until they pull over and acknowledge it?
Well, what happens is the music plays for 20 seconds and then the pop-up says there, they have to click OK for the pop-up to go away.
Okay, so it will do that for any trip that's added on throughout the day.
It will do for 3 things. It'll do for any trips that have been added on, any cancellations you send through. So I'm going to send a cancellation in the next few minutes and any text message you send through.
Wait,
So let's go back to the dispatch screen and let's say Hernandez Carlos calls in to cancel.
Or the duplicate.
oh,
Y'all, can you see my dispatch screen?
Yes.
yes.
So let's say Carlos calls for cancellations. So I, as a dispatcher, click on the pencil and I'm going to mark this as a cancel. Hit the pencil. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, well, the trip just moved. Let's go to the next page. Oh, Hernandez Carlos call cancel. It's the same BV local, remember? Okay, he cancels the ride and I updated. This cancellation is done. Now let's go back to the tablets. Now, in the next few minutes, automatically it's going to come through. If driver is in a rush, he clicks fetch trips and he clicks refresh screen.
So that'll play on their tablet. That
And
music.
then that comes up.
You see that pop-up is there.
Yes.
And every time the screen changes, this pop-up, the music and the pop-up will come again and again. So there is no chance the driver is going to miss it. We play the music because if the driver is in the back, maybe he's tying down a wheelchair and he may not see the pop-up. That's why we have the music also coming along with it. And he has to click OK for the pop-up to go away. And there's a cancellation. And if you scroll down, see, there's a cancel.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Okay.
And how does he make the music stop? He has to hit clear tag and then that trip is gone from his screen completely. It's gone. Okay. So now driver has to pick up Joe Hillard. Okay. Get rid of this, this, because remember we duplicated the trip. So it duplicated with everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And submit pick. Okay. Pick up Brittany Mercado. Okay, submit pick. Okay. Drop off Gabby Gonzalez. So I'm dropping her off. See, drop off screen is very different. It looks so much here. Submit drop off. So all that information goes back and forth. Every few minutes automatically go through, or driver can push it. Fetch trips, refresh screen. Go back to the dispatch screen. See. So you can see the green color indicates that Joe Hillard, Brittany Mercado are picked up, but they have not been dropped off because drop-off color is yellow. So Gabby Gonzalez is already dropped off, so she's in yellow in color. Okay. And this is how the tablets work. On your tablet screen, the way it is set up is, as soon as the driver log in, it'll take them to the vehicle inspection. So in my case, or because I'm on an older version, when I have to go to the menu here, and I have to do the vehicle inspection. This is my inspection list.
So this is automatically going to come up on our version though,
Yeah.
when they log in.
Mm-hmm. In your case, yeah, it'll automatically come on. So let's say the driver, this is my demo driver, and he checks and says, oil level is a little low. So, had to add some. Please ask mechanic to check for leak. Okay. And they check this box. The driver will indicate only the exceptions. If everything is wrong with the rest of the items, they don't have to do anything. They indicate the problem items. And they check this button and they hit submit. Inspection report submitted. Okay. And they're back to the route screen. Now, where is the inspection report? Go back to your dispatch screen. Under tablet integration, reports, vehicle inspection. So for today, I want to see only the exceptions. Search, see.
There it is.
Wait, you went to tablet integration and then
Reports.
vehicle
tablet
report,
integration, reports, vehicle inspection.
vehicle inspection.
And if you don't check this box, you will see all the drivers that are clicking OK. And that, that may have value when you have an audit. But on a day-to-day basis, I just want to know, who's reporting the problems. So I'll check only the exceptions and search. And you see the report. Now let's go back to your system. How do I build my own pre-inspection list? Under system maintenance, general, and pre-inspection item. I just added one because, we were testing your system.
Right.
But if you want to add more, you can go ahead and add more.
Or we do that.
That's
each
our
county.
system. That's our
And
system.
remember,
No, there'll only be one. It'll be one for all of us.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. I was just about
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah.
You can't have Maury County have their own list and somebody else has a different list.
Yeah, I don't really know if we need that anyway. Yeah, but yeah, we can do that. Someone already gave me a list of like the inspection sheet that they use, and I was going to work off of that. So,
And remember, it is sorted alphabetically.
okay.
So if you want that item to be at the top, I would recommend put that A dot oil change, B dot brakes, C dot,
Right.
put it that way. That way it's all sorted out.
Okay.
Good.
If you put
good.
one dot oil change, two dot this, then what will happen is after one dot oil change, you will have 11 dot something, so 1 and 11,
yeah.
they kind of come together. So I would use alphabets.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and we won't have more than 26, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the same, I have a lot of customer, they make the driver do inspection twice. Before the driver starts the route and after they finish the route. It's up to you. So if you see this under vehicle inspection, oh, this is yours. Oh, never mind. You know, yeah, I forgot about that. Let me tablet integration reports vehicle inspection for today. Show exceptions. Search. Look at this. So what I wanted to share with you here is you can see that this has a date and time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make the driver do this twice, you will see that something he reported at 4 in the afternoon. So you know that is the post inspection. So it's up to you how you want to do it. Okay. So this is how it works. Okay. Any questions?
When you're in a vehicle that's actually moving, does it keep up with the odometer, or they have to change the odometer manually?
Oh, very good question. Now, let's go to my tablet and let's go to the tablet settings. Under tablet settings, under location, mode high accuracy. This, and unfortunately, Phil, there is no standardization in the way the different devices and different model numbers are naming this option.
Okay.
But all of them, they have this. The location has to be turned on and the mode should be high accuracy.
Okay.
If you do that, then it will keep a bit. Remember, your tablet is not hardwired into the engine. It is outside. So you may have, it may keep up very well with this, or you may see some variation. You'll just have to check it out.
Location.
High accuracy.
High accuracy on. Okay. Yeah. App permissions.
Yeah, you will have to even look into the app permissions and make sure all the permissions are available to Driver Connect.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. Aha. Allow. Yep. Okay. Good. Yep. So what's nice, I do have I have the software where I can, I can apply this and then push it out to every tablet. So that'll be nice.
Perfect.
So yeah, but I got the tablet here in my lap, and yeah, it was deny. So I've set it to allow now, just on this one. But I'll figure out how to push that out. But that's not an issue. I can do that.
So if you do that, then you will have, most of the time the system would be able to keep up with those. As the drivers drive, they is able to keep up very well with the mileage. But sometimes you will see, it goes, back and forth. So what the driver needs to do is, let's go back to the driver application here. Let's say I'm picking up Elvira Puga and I tap on this row and the row pops open and my mileage is not right. I change it, I backspace it. It's not 99, it is 301. And I submit pay. When you make changes, the system will take 301 and go from there, So the driver needs to pay attention to those mileages. And the most important mileages are the login, the logout, and the first pick and the last drop. They are extremely important because they go into different kind of reports.
Right.
Is there a way that we can change, like I see where there's a number of person that you can change?
Yeah, sure.
And you can also change the fare as well?
Absolutely. So let's say only Elvira was supposed to get in, but she got in with 2 kids. So number of person is 3. And fare, I'm going to charge them, $3.
Okay.
So I'll charge them, I'm looking for the decimal, okay, $3. So I can change it. And she paid by token or bus pass or voucher or cash. So you can change it. So, okay.
What
So
is the little person on Brittany Mercado?
Okay, okay. I'll answer it this way. You see, on Karen Headen, there is no person here, right?
Right.
On this one. Now let's go back to the dispatch screen. Or let me get back to my demo.
We have
Karen
to go
Headen,
and create all,
and let me edit
go in there
this
and add
one.
all the drivers, right? Their names.
Yeah,
So, is that the template?
she did not
No.
see
That's like the username
this
password part.
this
And then once you add them, then they'll show up in the template if you want to put them in the template.
last time. Okay, Lucy, can you see this on Karen Headen? I'm typing some notes.
Yes.
Okay. And I hit this. Now let's go to the driver screen and see there is no, that icon is not there, that person icon is not there. Now let's refresh his screen. See?
So it means he's
Oh,
got
it's a comment. It's got a comment.
Yeah, exactly. The comments exist in the screen. Now let's
Nice.
do one more thing. On Karen Headen, I'm going to put a C as in Charlie here because it's a will call. You know, will call is marked as a C here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
See this. And let's go back to the dispatch screen. See,
Gotcha.
okay. So will call will
Will
have
call-
the
will
icon
call.
of a clock
Might
or a
be ready
watch,
with it.
and the notes is here.
Okay.
Okay. That's all there is to it. This is it. This application. And my suggestion is start with, see, it automatically came. I didn't even click something. Periodically, it will automatically sync with the database on the back end. Now, let's say I log out. Unprocessed transaction. Suppose they had picked up someone, or they had marked as a no-show, they dropped off someone, and that transaction didn't go through to the server. You will see some numbers here, you know. And when you click on continue to log out, it'll push those numbers to the server, and then they can log out. They have to put the mileage in and log out. Log out. Now the driver logs in again, let's say, and get my routes. He selects route number BV local, vehicle number 54. See, this was the mileage at the last log out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now suppose the driver had made a mistake, and the next driver catches it. It says, hey, the mileage is 171300. And driver tries to log in. It won't let him. So he's going to get stuck because he's entering a odometer reading that is lower than the last logout. So you as the dispatcher will have to go and fix it so that this driver is able to log in. Otherwise, tell him, you know, just log in with whatever mileage you can, and then later on fix it. So whenever they log in, they will never be able to log in with a mileage lower than the last time. Okay.
Okay.
Now suppose they put, let's say they make a mistake on the other side, 171, and instead of 300, they put 401. And they click login. Now you have an alert. The entire odometer reading is out of tolerance range. Please click cancel to enter the value, continue proceed. Because the system is programmed to allow a tolerance of up to 20 miles from the previous logout. Otherwise, it'll show an alert, but I can still continue. In your case, you're going to get this alert all the time initially because there's no history. The previous mileage is 0. And when they log in and the system finds, oh, last time it was 0 and now we are logging in with such a huge mileage, are you sure? Driver needs to click
then-
continue.
But then after it does it the first time, it shouldn't do it again.
No, it won't do it again. You're right. The first time it will do it because there is no mileage. It's 0, blank. Okay. And then the driver can click continue and it'll take him through this. Now, suppose he had some cancellations on his thing. Now watch what happens. So any cancellation that's already in the route, they will get it right away. Okay. And the reason we do this is sometimes, yeah, because sometimes the drivers, they know they're regular passengers and they don't even look at the manifest and they just go off to go and pick up someone they know that's riding on a regular basis. So if you have marked some cancellation, they're going to get the cancellation right away on this. Okay.
Okay.
Can you think of any other questions?
What happens when all this is complete? Like, what's he do at the end of the day? Just log out?
That's it. Just log out. And then you get a beautiful report that looks like this. Let me log in into another customer of mine. Tablet integrations, reports, drivers timesheets. So let's say I want to pull a timesheet from, we pay them every 2 weeks from 11/1 through 11/13. View report. Say. These are the time they logged in into the bus, logged in into the tablet, log out of the tablet, and so on.
Okay.
In this Driver Connect current version, we don't have a place, we will be having that at some point. We don't have a place where they can put their breaks and lunchtime in. So the lunchtime and breaks used to exist in the older version of the driver screen, but the new one with all the Google navigation, all that, we have to build those in. So in your case, all the lunch and breaks will always be 0. So it's going to be the difference between the login and log out, and you'll see a running total here.
Okay.
But remember, is the time
On the
is not the time they report, is the time they log in into the tablet and they
Right.
log out of the tablet. Because you may have a driver that comes to the office at 6 in the morning, but doesn't log in into the tablet at 9 till 9 o'clock. Then this will be 9 a.m.
Okay. Okay. Back on the tablet screen, there, like the 3 lines at the top, like the bar that you can hit to log out. There was like a couple of other things, like, so they won't really use any of this other stuff, really, the messaging center.
Not, initially I want to keep it down only to that essential till they get very comfortable with it. And
Okay.
later on, they may start using the messaging center, This is if they want to send a message to the dispatch. But I think, the dispatch side is not that friendly for the messaging.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so like fair reconciliation, they're not able to like see what their monies are for the day.
Yeah, they will be able to see. They can use that if they want to, sure.
Because that's what's going to move over to Shaw. Like that's what the dispatcher's going to see as far as how much money they collected that day.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So this is how it works. Okay, and the rest of the things you don't worry about this data management lookup operation, because this is, mainly for us. If something went wrong and we are not able to figure something out,
Right.
we may have to walk you through, into the data management and all that. But they will be, of course, they will be using vehicle inspection.
Right.
And if you decide they have to do the inspection after the route is complete, then they will go to that 3 horizontal lines and click on vehicle inspection and do this inspection again in the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. If there's nothing to do with report, they can click OK and submit.
So that's going to come up every single time, the cancels for the day.
Not, yeah, unless they hit the clear tag. I didn't. That's why.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that is, that is the button they need to hit in order to acknowledge if there's any new trip or any cancellations.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we shouldn't even have to use the radio
Right.
So it's straightforward. You have to, I think what you all need to focus is, let me get back to your system.
Do you have questions? Do you think anything?
I think I'm more hands-on if I didn't miss one.
Yeah.
One is under system maintenance, general, pre-inspection items.
Mhm.
So let me put this into a notepad. System maintenance. So you all need to populate this. Second is under tablet integration, add drivers or tablet integration.
Mhm.
You have to set up the username and password.
Mhm.
And if you decide that you want to do assignment at the template level, you can go to route template and edit the ones that we created yesterday. And you can say, okay, I have this particular drivers for my MY0102. You can pre-assign those driver at the template level. So on a daily basis, you don't have to do the assignment. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. Then you just have to assign the drivers on a daily basis.
So in Y10, you just go in there, edit to let you.
Every day.
And daily steps
There'll be
you
no
will have to
template.
do is tablet integration.
There'll be no template.
Mhm.
Right?
The templates for,
Like trolleys are probably, oh, no, trolley. Like somebody who's going to be on MYO1 all the time. Ours would be when you go in and do the route assignment, and then you click on the route and hit drop down box of who the driver is.
So this is a daily step you have to do this. Tablet integration, add route assignment. So if I go into tablet integration, route assignment, add route assignment. And for today, if you see something here, you're fine. All you have to do is go down to where you see your routes and make sure the routes have a driver assigned to them. So right now only MY01 is given to Collins Danny. Everything else is
Okay.
there. You need to assign
So,
them.
like, what happens if, like, let's say whoever was on MYO3 called out that day, so we had to disperse his route. Will we go through the dispatch screen and like change each name, each client to the route that they are now going to go on, and then it's automatically going to show up on that person's route?
Well, yeah, there are two ways of doing it. One is on the dispatch screen, you will go to your MY01, 01, sorry, and you will have to start assigning them to the other driver. Suppose all that you do on MY01 has to given to MY02, including what already is on MY02. You can go into reassigned routes, under reservation reassigned routes, and you can say for today, everything on MY01 between 00 to 23:45, that's the whole day, I want to give it to MY02 here, and you hit
Okay.
reassign. So what will happen is, suppose MY02 has already 5 rides and MY01 has 10, the 10 will get added to the 5 and the MY02 will have 15.
Okay.
So you can click on show trips. So you can see these are the trips on MY01, all this. And I want to give it to MY02, hit reassign, and boom, in one single shot, it'll all go through.
Okay.
But this is a bulk transfer. You're taking all, you don't have a choice here. If you go to the dispatch screen, you can say, okay, this one goes to this driver, this one goes to this
Right.
driver. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. That's if you want to do the whole route to one person.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also, there is another option, which I don't know, have you ever used this? Delete reservation to specific destinations.
No.
Suppose, say, because, say the weather was bad and couple of locations are closed, say this particular one, this one, this one, this one, I can select my school groups, the schools here, and hit delete. Then what happen is every ride going to that destination and coming back from the destination is marked as cancelled.
It's like 6 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
It would cancel it, not delete it, right?
No, I'm almost sure it's marked as cancellation. I'll have to check with the programmers and see. But I'll have to get back to you on this one. I know it will disappear from the driver's manifest for sure.
Okay. It'd be nice if it canceled it because we run into that problem quite a bit.
Yeah,
But not delete.
yeah. I'll have to get back to you on this one.
Okay.
So that's another one. You can use this. And once you have the tablets in the buses, you can go to the dispatch screen. Come on. On dispatch screen, and let's say someone is ready to be picked up. You can right click and click on recommend vehicle. In your case, you don't have any tablets here. So if I were to log in into my customer system, and let's look at the dispatch screen, and I want to see only the pending rides. So it's pending rides. Okay. And let's see. Okay, they have a client that needs to be picked up here. Right click, recommend vehicle. Let's see. It says vehicle number 146, route SF3, just 1.9 miles away.
Mm-hmm. Wait, do you know where the vehicles are?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's got a GPS.
So I think that covers it. Any further questions? Anything else I can help you with? There is a menu option called driver app here.
Mhm.
Android app management, driver management, log out driver from driver connect.
Oh,
When you
okay.
search, you can see all the drivers are logged in,
Okay.
all these drivers are logged in. Now I'm looking at the live view of one of my customers.
Okay.
The reason for this, this didn't exist around a year ago. We had this because a driver that does not log out would not be able to log in the next day.
That happened with MDCs all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you have an option here.
Okay.
If you see a driver is not logged out, like let's say, for example, this particular driver has signed in very early in the morning, say 7:45 a.m. He is not logged out yet. If you know for a fact he's logged out, you want to log him out. Okay. And when you see this kind of goes along with route assignment, edit route assignment here. And you can see this all this is for today. Route, vehicle, driver, what time they logged in, what is the end time. When you see the end time is blank, that means the driver hasn't logged out.
Okay.